We're live.
Where the music at?
Nightcap is a place to go. Nightcap, so you don't live alone. Nightcap, yeah! Pour a drink, dirty or virgin. Rum and water, whiskey or gin. Nightcap, you don't have to be coy. Nightcap, here's Ricky and Joy.
Hello and welcome to Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show where friends unwind with the topics that make us hot. And I stuttered doing that. Hello, my name is Richard, and I have Miss Joy. I'm a real content creator, Nickens. How you doing, Miss Joy?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited. I am sore, and I am happy to be alive.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Alive, alive. And I see that we have two people on, so we'd like to say welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Woo! All right. So you said you are sore and happy to be alive.
Yes. So I I just wanted to put the bear on. I'm always wearing this goddamn hoodie. Like I'm
Yeah.
literally just gonna be wearing this until like the death of me.
Yes.
I'm I'm sore. I mean, it's just covering my hair. My hair. Okay. I'm sore because I took my COVID-19 test. Well, shot.
Okay.
I took the first shot. I'm not going to be that one, and I wasn't that one to
Yeah.
post my vaccination card, but the card is in these papers. It's in here. They stapled it. They stapled it. I don't
You
know.
got
They
staple. You got a staple job.
Yo, this lady, she stapled the receipt, the bag, even though there's no bag, it just says COVID-19 vaccine. Like, you know how when you get a prescription inside of one of those little bags,
Mhm.
she stapled that in here, and then she stapled the card within that prescription information,
Okay.
and then has this whole packet about the fact sheet about the vaccine that I got. So yeah, she did all that. So I wasn't on the gram. I was on the gram, but I didn't post the card. I just
Yeah.
said I got vaccinated. Like I was
Yeah.
waiting for it, and then I got it, and then that's it.
Yay.
So yeah, I got the visor one
Okay.
in my left arm,
Mhm.
and it's sore. She like stuck it in the muscle and zoop and came out. Still sore,
Yeah.
but other than that, I feel good.
I was gonna say that's the only thing thus far.
Yeah, I mean, if I
Okay.
have anything, I feel like the middle of my chest, but not really. Like I don't know if that's me like overly thinking about it, or if that's just something that's there because I just had chocolate and then I just drank some water. Like, is that?
uh, uh, did you drink the water really quickly?
Well, I'm trying to drink my one glass now, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to have another glass after because I'm supposed to have 2 cups of water, 2 cups of those cups of water a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about I got my first dose, and my second dose will be happening in May 11th, I
Cool.
believe. So yeah, I went to Walgreens and got it done.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And just to for some shout outs, Mr. Rick Brown is here. He said, "Hey guys," or he says, "Hi guys."
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Rick, and we also have Mr. Rodney with his typical "Hey."
Hey. What's up, Rodney? How you doing, Rodney?
Oh man, and today was my first day at my new job.
Yes. How is your new job? What your first day? What's happening? Let me know.
Okay, so new job. So I'm going in just being like, okay, I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the
Mhm.
work right, and that's it. I'm gonna try my darndest not to take work home with me because I'm only getting
Yes.
paid for when I am there.
You
So
better
I'm
say
just
something.
trying to be a little bit smarter about giving up my time,
Mm.
um, which I know sounds really obvious, but I am a person that I'm just so passionate about whatever I'm doing that it literally just bleeds into everything else that I do, and that's not good. And I think that's the reason why there was such resentment with the other
Mm.
situation, is because there was just so much. And I mean, like, even now I'm waiting for like my vacation. Like, I got my last paycheck and my vacation time wasn't in there.
Which is like, nah, I specifically put that for a reason, and you're not
Like
doing it.
well, also because like it was one of those things where it's like, well, I wasn't able to take vacation time because COVID was happening. Like, how was, like, we were understaffed and COVID, so how was I supposed to use vacation? Like, how was I supposed, like, I didn't use my sick time, and I understand that I'm gonna lose all of that. Like, that's fine. Like, I knew I was gonna lose however many hours, which quite a few hours of sick time. I knew that, but like vacation time, like, come,
Look, let me tell you how my best friend, same thing happened with her. Like she was
hmm
literally gonna leave the job, and then she went on the vacation, and then when that day came, she's like, I didn't get anything, like I didn't get paid anything. I was like, bitch, you better call them. Like, what are you talking
yeah,
about? Don't talk to me. So
yeah,
then she's like, what happened was they deducted the overtime hours,
yeah.
and they took that from the vacation. So they were like, basically, you would have just, oh, if anything, you would have owed us. And I was like, that's such bull. Like, that's such bull. So I was like, girl, take whatever. Bye. You don't
Just
need
buy
them.
exactly. So that's, I talked to the HR lady on last Friday when I realized that I had gotten screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So I called her up, and she was like, "Oh, well, corporate's not there. They leave early on the weekends." I was like, "Okay, okay, fine. Yes." She's like, "Well, I will call you back, on Monday." I was like, "Yes, you will." In which case she did not. So I
HR doesn't.
called her back on Monday. No. Called her back today. No answer. So I'm going to keep on calling until either that, or I'm going to get my little butt over there and be like,
Yeah,
excuse me.
HR does not care about anybody. Like they don't care about employees. They don't care about any of that.
Especially when you're trying to keep the line of communication open
Yeah.
with me and that company, and saying that, like, in case, if things don't work out, we'd love to have you back. Well, let me know how much you'd love to have me back by treating me right when I leave.
Mm, no.
Right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no.
No, I understand, but just
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, no,
These
no.
people.
So I was,
Uh,
all right. So new job. First and foremost, new job.
mm,
Same thing as old job, except for uh, residents are different.
mm,
Um, they're a little bit more chill. What I can do is a little bit more limited. That's a okay,
mm,
and that's a okay because what I always say about with what I do is that I'm the person that the residents need me to be. So if you need
mm.
me, to listen when you tell me a story, or if you need something a little bit more active, whatever you need, I'm able to give you. We're kind of like their friends. Um,
Yeah.
so so all in all, that is it. My 10 days that I had off went by super fast. I wasted them all. I wasted them all. And like, it's so funny too, because all I was thinking about is like everybody that's like, oh my God, people that had their like COVID quarantine, and they were like, oh my God, like it forever. It lasted for, I could, I'm like, there was not enough time. Like
Exactly.
I'm like, I did so much stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys, I did so much stuff, and I was like, it was so good. In which case, I'm like, I wasted all my time. Like, I wish I had more time. Like, oh my God, it was so great. Like, I should have. I wish that I made the gap larger.
Yes.
I wish that it was like 2 full weeks. In which case,
Yes.
Cupid was definitely crawling out of his skin because
Home all the time.
because I was home all the time. But literally, it's just one of those things. I'm like, I could have lasted a whole month. I could have in which case, also, I do realize it's completely different than like the COVID situation for most people, because of the
Mm,
fact that I was fully aware that I still had a job and blah 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 and blah 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 blah.
mm,
So there wasn't that anxiety about, oh, well, what am I going to do for money? So like that I completely understand, but
Yeah.
it was just so nice because of the fact that I've been so overworked. So I have more stuff to talk about later. But is there anything that you want to? Oh wait. Oh, Rodney says happy 420. He said
Yeah.
happy 420, even though I don't smoke.
I don't either. But I don't know about you, but ah oh, me inhaling. Goodness.
Ooh,
Did you
thank
hear
you.
about the dispensary that opened up in the place where our parents live? I don't know the best way to say this. Like,
Oh,
there's a,
in my hometown. No,
yes.
I
Oh,
didn't, but I'm not surprised because I smell weed all the time.
yeah. It's
Like
called
I smell weed
Zen.
all the time, and it's to be to be completely frank, it's actually quite annoying.
Really?
Because it's literally like it's funny at my old job, like people would just like towards the end, like once it was like no longer like criminalized,
Mm.
like workers would just like walk in and it's just like the waft in the air is just like whoa. In which case, also, like, why would you want to get high before going to work? Like, doesn't that slow down time? Like, that would suck. Like, could you imagine just like hanging out with like, just like people just being like, I can't imagine. That's like the worst. I would hate to like, I,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know. Please don't extend my time at work. That doesn't seem fun to me.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me. And usually people that do smoke weed, like they've never really bothered me. Like the only people that I know, okay, the only person that I know that was a issue was like someone that was very encouraging for me to do it. And I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, but like it's whatever, bro. Like I'll do it casually, but you're like, we need to go to weed conventions and we need to do da 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 da. And I was like, I don't need to do all that. But no, they've never like weed never really bothered me. It was really like after people say how bad it is, I'm like, is it? Like, and
No,
then
no, 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 no. I'm not. No, like recreational is
mm,
okay, but I just sent you a.
I just read it and I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, that now, yeah, there are people that take it overboard for sure. That's like, all right, look, I'm happy for it to be open, like available, because I mean, there's plenty of things that people do outside that I'm like, you don't need to be doing that at all. But yeah, it's just yeah, overall the smell would be something that I wish people would be able to mask more.
Yeah,
Um, but for the most part, like yeah, like but everything else though, like I mean, the only thing I liked about let's say vaping is the fact that the smoke smelled better.
yeah,
But
yeah,
everything else, I'm like, no, I don't want to do any of that.
yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. It's yeah. I guess the grass might be greener on the other side.
Pretty much. I'm just
Let's.
happy that it's Taurus season finally. Taurus season, gang, gang. Taurus, the bull, the bull. You get the horns, but I'm a really nice bull. So, like, yay! My birthday's
I,
coming up.
but it's definitely it's there.
Yes.
Yes, her horns are fully there. Miss Joy, what have you been playing, watching? Like, what is the deal with Miss Joy right now?
Well, I want to go back briefly to what you were saying about the whole COVID thing.
Hmm.
To be in this for a year and a month
Okay.
now, like
Hmm.
to be in COVID for a whole year and a whole month, um, it's been great. The
Yeah.
only anxiety I feel is when my job wants to call me back. But as of right now, as far as I know, the way that New York State is set up,
Hmm.
I can still work my job in the city and
Yeah.
still collect unemployment
Okay.
part time.
Yeah.
So they're currently allowing, well, if you go back part time, you can still collect your unemployment funds still. And I'm like, all right, well, that might be a thing. I feel like if I keep playing that, saying that it might happen to me. But I'm like, no, I want to sit home. Like I
Yeah.
don't call me. Like, but other than that, like I have been hosting podcasts for
Hmm.
this company called Gamerized. Um, I've still playing games on Twitch,
Yep.
doing my best to not like lose my mind and Crash Bandicoot, because that's been very fun and frustrating.
Yeah.
I've been editing my podcast. Finally, new recording and editing those podcast episodes, and I need to like edit the guest episodes. And in terms of watching, I don't think I've watched anything new yet. Like I stopped watching Avatar, I stopped watching Black Lightning. I saw maybe 2 episodes of Craig of the Creek, but they weren't in order. Like I just saw them randomly. Yeah, it's just been like YouTube watching, like kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, who are you watching right now on YouTube?
I'm watching Lily Singh, I'm watching Amber Ruffin, I'm watching Jessie from she's K-pop, she's a rapper. She has her own show called Showterview, like a show interview, and
Mhm.
she's interviewing like other K-pop stars. And what's funny is that she's from New Jersey, and she has like this Brooklyn. Well, she was probably born in New York, but she was raised in New Jersey, and then she went to Korea at 15. So she has this like, hey yo, and everyone's just like, Jessie's a lot, but she's really nice and sweet, but she's just really in your face.
Yeah.
So those have been like my main things. There has been I want to say being part of the group Black Girl Gamers,
Mhm.
there have been events that they've put on that I've missed, that I'm like, damn it, I missed that. Like I couldn't get to it. I couldn't watch it live.
Yeah.
But there have been people that have taken notes. Like recently there was supposed to be a voice acting panel, and I got the tail end of it because I was interviewing someone for Gamerized,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, so by the time I got there, it was like the tail end of, hey, do you have any questions? Ask them. And then there was another event called Learn Unity in 8 weeks, which I signed up for because I was like, yeah, I got 8 weeks to just sit and learn how to make a video game, like another video game thing to do.
Yeah.
And there was a video on YouTube where you can watch like the first introduction of like, this is how you do it. And I haven't sat down and watched that because that's like an hour. Other than that, it was so great this weekend. I saw this concert that I wanted to watch with Bibi, and it's for May 1st. So I put the tickets down, I bought it. We're not going, it's not physically going to the concert, it's a live stream. And I was like, oh, this would be so exciting, like, because she did that with me with Gorillas. So even though, of course, COVID, we can't go to no concerts, but she was able to like have a concert experience. I love going to concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
So I paid for that as a surprise for her and told her about it. Not the band. I just told her that there's going to be something on May 1st. So then she came to me and was like, is the band this band? And I was like, no, why would you assume that band? And then she's like, you know they're having a concert on May 1st, right? And I was like, no. So then I bought more tickets. I bought another pair of tickets for two concerts
the same day.
the same day, an hour after each other. Like they kind of blend in, but I was like, May 1st is gonna be lit because it's gonna be 2 concerts. Like, oh man. So yeah, other than that, that's kind of the, if anything, Bibi's been playing, like she's over here behind me playing Death Cells like a maniac. Like she loves that. She's in the Death Cells, and I stopped playing Persona 5 Strikers because I'm doing other stuff now. But yeah, that's basically my jam.
All right. Oh my goodness gracious.
How are you doing?
All right. So, okay, you were just talking about games, so I'm gonna put the game bumper up.
Yes.
All right. So speaking of games, so I've just downloaded League of Legends. They have there's a mobile version of it called Wild Rift, and that's actually a very good port for cell phones.
Wild Rift?
Yes, it's called Wild Rift. They did a really good job with it. Rick Brown says, sitting home stinks.
No, it's great. You just got to find stuff to do, bro.
And then he also said you should scalp the tickets.
No, the tickets, like honestly, the tickets are so cheap. Like they were like $15. Like right to see these people in person would have been well, the first band is their 8-bit band, 8-bit jazz band. Hold on. They're so dope. I saw them on the internet. The internet. Where are they? Where are they? I saw them and I was like, oh my god, I have to pay for this. 8-bit, 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 8-bit. Where you at? Where you at? Let me just do May 1st. Let me see if May 1st pops up. May 1st. I'm gonna put it in the calendar too. I just didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby cat.
Say hi.
Yeah,
She's probably really mad because I just grabbed her.
like were you like get down? Like what were you doing?
Huh?
You're just
Oh yeah, she was like scratching at something.
oh my god, baby cat.
Hello, hello. Oh, look at her. She's like I am the movie star.
She's like,
Uh,
what are you doing?
um.
Why? Where is this thing? I like how I literally was like, I paid for this amazing concert, and now I'm like, where is it?
You are the movie star, Josephine.
Where is this
You.
thing at? Where is this? May
I,
1st.
I was gonna say the concert no longer exists.
Yeah, I'm like, I know, I swear I paid for it and everything.
Come on.
I feel like it would be in my is it in my event tickets? Which it should be there.
Girl, come on.
It's not though. Orders and receipts. Here it is. Okay. Goodness gracious. It's for the 8-bit big band. 8-bit big band. And they have a live stream link. So it's not like I can scalp the tickets. You just use it. you just use it when you have it. And then the other band that Bibi told me about that I had no idea was doing a thing. It's a Korean girl group called Mamamoo.
Mamamoo.
I love me some Mamamoo so much. I'm obsessed. And I can't believe that they were touring or they're doing a live stream concert.
Yeah.
Had no idea. Didn't know. Had no idea. And I was like, oh my god. Oh, here it is. That one's here too. It's $15. So that one was $15, and the other one is what was the other one? Shoot, I just put it in the thing too. The other one
8-bit
was
big bands.
8-bit big band. That one. Okay, so I had to pay for 2 tickets each, and that was $20. They were 20 bucks.
Yeah.
So it was basically $46. But that was
Yeah,
with
no, that's not. I was gonna say that's not bad. That's like the cost of like what you would have paid for one to see them live, if not more.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm totally fine with paying that much money for them because literally, like, that's nothing compared to what could have been the thing. So yeah, music.
And then I played League of Legends for a little bit, and then randomly in the back of my mind I was like, I have enough time to play something big. So I was like, I'm gonna play Cyberpunk
Yes.
2077.
Yes.
And that seems very random because that came out like probably like 6 months ago. But the reviews were so bad when it first came out. I was like, I'm not touching it. First and foremost, I'm like, I don't have the time for it. Secondly, I'm like, I'm not touching it. I've heard like terrible things as to all sorts of stuff with like how it's running on the PlayStation 4, yada
The
yada
bugs.
yada. But it was funny. Somebody was doing a live stream of it, and I was like, wait a minute. If they're doing a live stream of it, like I guess it can't be like terrible. Like it's got to just be like okay. So, which if you think about like, with the exception of Grand Theft Auto 5, which is incredibly smooth and incredibly polished, and like with the exception of Grand Theft Auto 5, first and foremost, like for the most part, like when you have like a big open world game like that, like
Yeah.
I'm fully aware like there's gonna be bugs, stuff's gonna act weird, the like NPCs are gonna like walk into walls, like,
Mhm.
and that's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, I realize that it's not like the world. Like, I get that. Like, not everything is going to be perfect. And like,
Mm.
yes, from what I've seen myself, like, it could have been more polished. Like, they should have taken time. But luckily, patches came out, and I was able to play through the entire game. Blue screen of death, I think I got maybe 5 times. I got maybe blue screened 5 or 6 times, and that's considering the fact that I played, I want to say like 70 hours of it. Like,
Blue screen. What is that though? What does that
that's like
mean?
when it like loads, like when you're like when you're playing the game, and then all of a sudden it's like blue. It's like your error screen. I think I only got it like 6 or 7 times. Like, not that many. Like, not that many times did the game like turn off and say like error code.
So is that normal though? Is that normal for games to do that with PlayStation 4? Because I don't experience that.
Ever?
No, like I've never like. I mean,
Really?
I can't say
I
I've never, but I feel like if it happened, I was like, "What the f- is that?" And then it was very rare for that to happen to me.
You know what? It used to happen with me with Fallout all the time. I think it's just like, now, do you play like big, like open world RPGs?
I mean, the most I have is Final Fantasy
Final Fantasy.
14.
I was gonna say, if anything, like, did it happen in Final Fantasy 14 or no?
If it did, it was like probably in the beginning of quarantine when
Yeah,
everybody was all up in that. But
yeah,
I mean, and for all of you, like I play Final Fantasy 14 now just to edit my podcast. So
yeah,
like I'm playing it, but I'm really like I don't give two shits about the story. Like I do
yeah.
not care. I
Mhm.
just need to press buttons and look around and be black in the game, and that's all I want to do. It's not interacting with other
Yeah,
people. I don't give a
yeah,
shit. Like just
yeah. No, no, no.
it's just me slapping and it's funny because she mentioned it yesterday. I'm just slapping the space bar and like going back and forth through Audacity and just like playing and like in the middle of the night. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
um, but yeah, I think it's just, I think I've only really had it happen in these massive, massive games where like a million processes are going on. Like, it used to happen a lot in Fallout. Um, so
Okay.
so all in all, like, I didn't have like a terrible experience. Like, I kind of it like yeah, it could have been better, but I enjoyed it. So at the beginning of that game, you can pick between three different sort of classes, or three different backstories. So one of the backstories is that you're like a nomad that like lives in like the desert, and like you build stuff. And then there's like a street kid, and then a corporate, sort of like a corporate drone. And so I decided to go street kid. And so like you're
This
able
is
to like,
cyberpunk, right?
yeah,
Okay.
cyberpunk, and it was
Okay.
awesome.
Interesting.
I enjoyed that, and it was just one of those things that at the tail end, it always makes you sad with games like that, where right before you get to the final mission, they like
Mm.
just let you know, they were like, oh, um, the Outer Worlds, they did this too, where they were like, oh, by the way, like this is like the point of no return.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like finish up like any other things that you want to do right now. Just like finish up. Would you like to do this? Like, I just love getting the warning, to be like,
Mm.
if you want to finish any side quests, go for it. Like, that's not like, that's like the greatest.
But because it's like they're letting you know, hey, you about to be done. Get it all in now before you finish, and then you'll be like, oh, but I didn't get to the.
Yeah.
I feel you.
It- and that's exactly what I did. I like, it's funny. I said to Cupid, I was like, "Oh man, this is the final mission," and then like the next day, he's like, "Are you playing it again?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I didn't do that." I was like, "I'm finishing up some stuff." The next day, he said the same thing. He was like, "Wait, thought you were done," and I was like, "No, I didn't do that yet." And then finally, I like beat it. I was like, "Now I beat it."
Yeah, I'm done now. Okay.
Oh,
Don't
and it
rush
was great.
me.
And it was great too, because at the end of it, like at the end of beating the game, they actually let you reload it. They let you
Mm.
reload it back from like where the last save was. like so that way
Oh,
you can then be in the world again, which was very nice. I wish the one game that I wish was like that, that did that was Vampire with
they
a
don't do
Y.
that. They don't let you do that.
No, like once you're done with that game, like that's it. Boom, you're done.
Okay, because I do have that on PlayStation Plus.
Oh my god! I seriously, there is. I played that game twice, two separate times during quarantine.
Mm.
The reason why I didn't play it right now is because of Cyberpunk, because I was literally thinking about playing it again. That is how much
Mm.
I really enjoyed that game.
I feel like people either love that game or they hate it.
Really?
Yeah, because I've had a couple people be like, don't play Vampire, it sucks, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I have it for free.
No! Oh my god! I bought that game. I would buy it again, and which is
Yeah.
so funny because I didn't know because I have PlayStation Plus
Mm-hmm.
behind me.
Yeah. Yep.
Because but it's so funny because I would have, because I have it on the Switch, so I'm like very super tiny version of it. But
Mm.
okay, so I loved Vampire. I love Vampire. It was okay, so it's an open world RPG.
Mm.
You're a vampire, and also it's like a doctor sim.
A
It's
Doctor Sim?
legitimately a doctor simulator where like
Huh.
literally you're just like you're walking around the town, and it's like, oh, this person is sick with this. And like if you don't heal them and if you go to sleep the next day, then they might get sick and worse. And the next day, if they happen to be a pillar of the community and they die, then the whole entire community like goes, it's I love the game so much. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, Rodney, the vampire game with the Y. I love that. I love that game so much.
I feel like I should play it. Like,
I
because
could
I was trying to figure out what game to play, and I know I
I
have Celeste, I have Night in the Woods, I have Oxenfree. Like, I have those games that I
oh
really
my
do want to
god.
play. But then, yeah, there's that game too that I was like, oh, I want to play
I,
that too.
no, I love that game so much. I love that game. Oh my gosh. And here, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you the so the thing about it is that each character, like if you were to like kill a character,
Mhm.
like not a bad guy, but like just a regular townsperson, um, you get less XP for them if you don't know them. So basically, if you're going to eat from somebody, like you need to uncover all the clues about their life that's accessible. But by then, you know so much about the person that you probably don't want to.
Yeah, you're just like, oh man, you're like a friend now, John. Like, I don't want to, Derek, Samantha. Like, I'm not gonna eat you, Samantha. Like, I already know your mama.
Exactly, exactly. As well as the fact that like so and then each of the characters have like connections. So
Mm.
like let's say Samantha's secretly going out with, Charles, you eating Samantha is going to affect Charles's storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just cuz like normally it's just like NPCs, like they die and like nobody cares. But like
Yeah.
the community feels the missing pieces. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was gonna say Rodney says, yeah. Ah, yeah, it's pretty good. Um,
Hmm.
I I really enjoy that game just because I like the domino effect of everything, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the mid boss was really good.
Hmm.
I would say the mid boss. I preferred that battle more than the final boss.
Okay. If anything, it's giving me Bayonetta vibes, which I wish that's the game that I wish I could play the second one, but the second one's on the Switch, and then I gotta like get it for the Switch, and then
Oh, it's so fun. I have it.
you have it.
If you were in the air, like if you already had your second shot,
Mm,
and if you were in the area, I'd be like, just swing by, and I'll like, especially because I have it, and
mm,
it's not like I'm gonna play it again. Like Bayonetta, it's so funny. Bayonetta was one of those games that I like woke up and I was like, I need this, and I bought it and I
mm.
played it, and I was like, like I was like, it was good, but like I'm like, I'm like, it's just like it's Lady Devil May Care or Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
Devil
Lady
May
Devil May
Care.
Cry.
Wow. Oh,
Like
this
that's
is
I was like, okay, hack and slash with guns.
yeah.
Thanks.
Which is like, I liked Bayonetta, but for it being all raunchy and nasty and stuff. But I like it now because it's for my PC, and I'm like, well, I would love for Bayonetta 2 to be on PC, but it's for Nintendo, and I'm like, oh fuck. But
Uh,
yeah,
oh my gosh, you just talking about that like exclusivities. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I was like, there was a Fatal Frame game that was only made in like Japan. That
mm.
was it was the Wii, like the tablet Wii. What's
Oh,
it
the
called?
Wii U.
The Wii U. It was a Wii U exclusive.
Oh, ew, boo.
Yeah, it was a Wii U exclusive, which sucks because like I love Fatal Frame, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, one of my dreams now is to get like a PlayStation 2, a modded PlayStation 2 with like all of like my survival horror like lovely games just like
Yeah.
preloaded because like my big thing I'm like oh I want an emulator, I want an emulator. I'm like no, I was like Ricky, you're dumb. You should just get a modded PlayStation 2. Like seriously, like from what I've seen, like it's not hard.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to my PlayStation 3 with the backwards compatible. So I'm just like, if I could just get the games, like, and I'll just, if anything, I'll play those games, which
Yeah.
my goal now is like obviously get through the PlayStation 4 games so that you can get back to the PS3 games and go to the PS2 and the PS1.
Yeah.
And then, I'll just be like having those connected to the computer, like for OBS.
Yeah.
But I can't get through these PS4 games and like and then the PC games, the PS4 games, and I gotta like I need to have some type of like list because I feel like I'm jumping everywhere between PC and PlayStation 4, and I'm not ever going to get them down.
The way that I so it's funny. I was listening to a podcast of something, and
Mhm.
somebody said, like, oh, like, do you think they were like, oh, do you think that I've read all these books? No, I haven't read all these books. I own a
Mhm.
library that way. I have the option of reading all of these books. Like it's not
Yeah.
because I've read these aren't all the books that I've read. These are all the books that I would like the option of reading. So like that's the way I think about like video games is
Mhm.
that like like it's these are games that I was like, you know what? This seems really interesting. Whether or not I've played it or not, that's beside the point. In which case it's a
Mhm.
very expensive like thing to have on like a shelf. But like I'm pretty sure that like I'm going to play Mirror's Edge 2 Catalyst. I know I
Oh
will.
yeah.
I still haven't that's like one of the which is funny because I was so excited about that game.
I beat it. I have it.
I don't know. You know what? It's the I don't like Mirror's Edge being a open world game.
I didn't like the second one.
Yeah.
The first one was great. The second one, I was like,
I was
no.
gonna say, do you agree with me that it being open ended, like I kind of wish that it was a closed world where it was
I do
like
wish,
it
yeah.
because like I'm like I don't
I
care.
don't care about other people doing that, like parkouring around the city that's barely, it's just a vague, big ass city. Like, I just
Yeah,
want to know what happens with Faith and her family and what goes
yeah,
on with this corrupted ass town, and that's it.
yeah.
Don't tell me no more shit about other people and time trials and beating this. I don't want to do that.
Okay, thank you. Because that's I think literally I think if they had like a patch that it was like campaign mode, like yes, I would play that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would be like, yes, I want to play campaign mode where you literally go one section to one section, boom, and you don't have to go from here to there. That sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
But having to like actually like okay, well like you need to get to that new section and like you have to walk there and then okay, so finally you get to the cutscene that you want. Like yes, like I don't want to just stop making me do all that work just to pad out your game to make it bigger. Like
Yeah, I didn't care for that. I was not into that. And that was probably one of the reasons why I was so like, oh, this game. Like, I just, what is it? I just hate Beat It.
yeah.
I didn't,
Yes.
because people are like, I just hate watching things. Like I hate watched it, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to fucking hate watch things, but I hate play a lot of stuff to get rid of it. And Rodney knows the main game because we had a whole rant about it. Not the last stream I had, but the stream before, where we just hate. Well, hate played Indivisible.
Okay.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. I actually, well, okay. I really hate played Kingdom Hearts 3. That's
Okay.
not Vivid's fault
Yes.
for paying for the game. But towards the end of Indivisible, I hate played it because it was literally the boss at the end was so freaking hard. And I was like, fuck. Like, I was so excited to get this game. And now I'm like, get die. Like, yeah. So, yeah, Indivisible, great game. Hate played it at the end.
Yeah.
Hated it at the end. Oh my god. Shoot. Oh, and I wanted to say this. If anyone hasn't played Horizon Zero Dawn, like the complete edition is for
Mhm.
free on PlayStation Plus. Like, I mean,
Okay.
not even you don't have to have PlayStation Plus to get it. It's part of their PlayStation's Play at Home initiative. So if you've never played Horizon Zero Dawn, which like I haven't, but I actually have a physical copy of the game. If you go get the downloaded, like the it's the complete edition, so it comes with the art of it and I guess extras and stuff. So go get that. It's available until my birthday. So check that out while you can.
Ah, so that's so I gamed, so I finished that,
Yeah.
which I and I didn't just like because I think like somebody said like, oh, you could beat the game in like 20 hours or so. So like no, I like did side missions and shit. So boom. I did that. Ooh, and then I was gonna say because it's so funny because you talked about like a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I
many.
actually I saw a movie. I saw a
Oh, what?
movie. I saw Promising Young Woman.
Wait, is that gay? Is that of the gay? Promising
No.
young woman. That seems familiar. Who's in that?
Okay. It's the girl or the woman, um, who played Daisy in The Great Gatsby. Carrie Mulligan. She was also in
Oh,
an Education.
nope. She's a white woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's a European American. Wait, is
Yeah.
she American?
She's a Brit. She's a Brit.
She's a European. There we go. She's a pan.
I believe she's a Brit. Um,
Carrie,
she was
she
in
was on
an.
SNL.
sh- I think she just had an episode.
She was on it because you know what it was. I watch that, and that's the other thing I watch on YouTube too is SNL skits. I'll binge that like nobody's business. And I was like, "Who is Carrie Mulligan? Who is this white bitch on the screen? I don't know her. Where is she from? Okay, it's
Yeah.
her. Okay, Carrie
Um,
Mulligan.
and I want to say 2000, either 2000, I think it's 2008. She was nominated for Best Actress for the film An Education. Um,
She
that
looks
was
like a
either
tired. I can't think of the actress, but she looks like in this picture. She looks like a tired young child actor. I can't think of
and
her name.
and
She's married to the guy from Mumford and Sons. That's what was so funny too. Mumford and Sons, you know the band.
yeah, 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 because that was part of the that was part of the one of the skits. I watched a thing about that. Um, I Promising Young Woman, so good.
What was it? What? What
Okay,
was it about?
okay, so it is a here. Wait, I'm just gonna read it because I don't want to spoiler. I don't want to spoiler it, so I want to read what they say, if that makes sense.
She kind of reminds me of a tired Kirsten Dunst. A British tired Kirsten Dunst a little bit. But okay, that's what it was.
Oh,
I know I'm looking at her face like, why does she look familiar to me? Okay, good.
okay, so the Wikipedia, um, so so Promising Young Woman is a 2020 comedy thriller film starring Carey Mulligan as a woman who seeks to avenge the death of her best friend, who is a victim of rape.
Mm.
Um, it's it was it was really good. Um,
Mm.
I'm trying to.
A promising young woman.
All right, and so just a little synopsis. It says Cassie, a 30-year-old medical student dropout, lives with her parents. Years earlier, her classmate um, Al Monroe raped her best friend Nina Fisher. There was no investigation by the school or legal system. Now Cassie spends her nights uh, feigning drunkenness in clubs, allowing men to take her to their homes and revealing her sobriety when they try to take advantage.
But that is such a white woman thing, though. So what are
I
you
was,
gonna do after that, though? You got a weapon? You got pepper spray? Like, what are you doing,
I was,
ma'am?
it's definitely it's a
That's a
choice. It's a choice.
that's a European American thing to do.
That's called that. There's a certain level of privilege in that, and thinking that like you could, be able
If
to.
anything, you only do that when you have 2020, and what would you do behind you?
But you know what? You know what too? I think there's also a certain level of like doing like when you're so far gone, like it doesn't even matter anymore. You know what I mean?
Like her being fake drunk, and she's just doing it just to do it, like that.
Like or like because the reason why she's doing it is literally because of the fact that her friend um her something very terrible happened to her friend, and just the only way for her to sort of f over the system is to show these men, or to have these men experience something so terrible, which is to think that in this predator prey situation, that like, no, you didn't win. I'm not drunk. You don't win this. I'm actually very sober. And like
Yeah.
you thought I was very not sober, and like I just love the imagery of like a man just like being so grossly like enthralled with somebody, and the person is just like not, eyes are like rolling to the back of the head, like head slumped, definitely asleep, and still going for it. And all of a sudden, to have that flick of the switch where it's like,
Well,
hello.
that's the sickening thing about men. Like
Yeah.
it's literally not even. I mean, men as a woman, as a cisgendered woman,
Mhm.
of course, men want to be wanted back. But I feel like the whole sick thing about this is that those type of men, it's not even about the. It's not the they get high off of, or they're not jollies off the fact that they are so incoherent. Like it's that control, that dominance, that like
Yeah.
I'm doing something and I know this shit is bad, but like I'm gonna do it because it's like who's gonna care, who's gonna find out, like I'm in control. And like you said, when the bitch snaps back, like no, that power, that
Yeah.
control is taken away from them, and she's like, wait, you know what I've been doing the whole time, that
Yeah. Yeah.
like that like they want, the sick bastards want the
Yeah. Yeah.
but you can't. You're not supposed to have that. You're supposed to be like, ma'am, can I, am I
Yeah.
allowed to,
Yeah.
do I have your consent, like, like, and not even have to be that robotic, just be like, hey, may like literal. And I'm like, I remember that even with my sweet baby.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she wasn't like, I'm gonna rip this. I mean, yes, but I would also be like, she asked before.
But that's I was
doing
going to
things.
say that's also a discussion beforehand.
Yeah, like you
Yes.
just don't be doing that. And I don't understand. And it sucks that men don't understand that. And it's also terrible because they're not taught that. And I was talking to before you, I was speaking to my, Troy, my
Yeah.
guy friend, best friend too, Troy. I was just saying, like, it's bad enough that as women, as daughters, we don't even have any type of like, what's the word? Entitlement. Like,
Yeah.
as a woman, as a black woman, I was not taught to be entitled for anything.
Yeah.
But it feels like men have this entitlement to our wumpas. That's what I call it now. It's a wumpa. They have this sense of entitlement to the wumpa, and I'm just like, but you don't. And when you say no to the, because that's what he told me. He was telling us how a woman was being catcalled from a car in Atlanta, and maybe Rodney knows about this. A woman was getting catcalled from a car in Atlanta, and she said no. Her boyfriend was there. She said, "I have a boyfriend," and the dude that was in the car just shot her in the leg. What? You literally, we can get shot just for saying no, and we have a whole man. You don't even care that the man is there anymore. Like before, I was saying to him, even though I'm dating a woman, there's so many times like I don't want this to, I guess, happen, but I can still get away with, oh, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because if I tell people I have a girlfriend, that's gonna be like, oh, really?
Oh, they could join.
They can join. So I just say, like, I haven't had to use that line in a long time because people do know I have a girlfriend. So it's not like you don't know that bitch is taken. But I'll be like, no, I have a boyfriend. They're like, oh, okay. Like, you'll respect a whole fake man versus me saying no to you because I'm afraid you're gonna like rape me anyway or get shot at. Like, that's so messed. You're not entitled to this pussy. Like, you're not entitled to it. So stop.
It's yours. The only person that's entitled to your vagina is yourself.
But that's the thing with the society. Like, they don't think that. Men don't, and this is why there's so much rape, and they don't have any respect for women because it's like, why should I respect women? They're below me. Like, it's a whole thing.
So if you enjoy that, or if you enjoy that, the idea of that, then you might want to see Promising Young Woman.
Exactly. I think that I might see it now.
I was gonna say I thought it was very good. I thought it was very smart. Laverne Cox was in it.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Why did you say that? I would have been saw it if you said Laverne Cox was in it. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, Rick Brown says that he does not want the kitty.
You don't want the pum pum? You don't want the you don't want the
Woompa?
You don't want the Woompa? Wait, you don't want it or you don't like it or what's going on there? Are you telling me something, Rick? You telling me something? Are you joining
He's
the
known
club?
you since you were a baby.
Yes.
Since you were a baby, okay.
Actually, speaking of that, by the way, the other thing I was doing, I was just recently on a podcast called BSing with Chris, and it talks with the main topic of the episode is bisexuality, and I was a guest on the show. So if you guys want to hear that, it's actually being released tomorrow.
Okay.
I've been posting it on my Instagram story about it's me and a woman named Steffi Kiss. I was on Skype doing the interview, and then she was there in person. But I was like, look, I didn't get to say this because he records it at my job.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not going in the studio. Like,
You're like, there's a reason why I'm not at the studio. I'm not going to come in to film your thing and then have them say, well, if you can film that, then you can go to work.
Right. I was like, no, thank you. And also, like, I wanted to do it on a Saturday, but then, like I would have wanted to make a day out of it, like a date out of it. But then, like with the hashtag Stop Asian Hate out here, there's people that are being attacked in New York City. And I'm like, I don't want to be attacked. I don't want baby getting attacked. We don't need to be attacked. Like, I just need to send my ass home. So, and thank you, Rodney. Yes, I'm trying to be booked and blessed. Thank you. But it was wonderful to talk to him and to talk about. I wish we would go more into it because literally he did talk about, honestly, like stuff I did not care about, like Usher with the fake dollars and Keisha Cole having a hickey and something else, like some reality. Oh, and the dude that's gay, the bachelor that turned
the
gay.
Virgin Bachelor, yeah.
I'm like, I don't watch any of these things, nor do I care. So why couldn't we just have talked about bisexuality? And I'm like, you know what? That's my podcast to do. That's my episode to do. That's why. It is what it is.
I was gonna say, and that's good. That way you didn't blow your load on his podcast.
Yeah. yeah, so I definitely have I have the questions that I was supposed to actually the Juneteenth questions that I was asked.
Mhm.
Those are going to be my questions and my answers for my podcast that I do. So it's just
Yeah.
like, that's a thing. That's an episode I can do. Yay! So much is happening. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so you plugged one of your things. Anything else before we get going?
Um, I've posted a lot on YouTube. I made a video yesterday talking about the best thing about being in quarantine, which
Okay.
I feel that a lot of people are not talking about. That that video is going to be released on May 1st, but like I said, I recorded it yesterday. The best thing about being in quarantine has been the fact that I can bleed at home.
Okay.
I mean, this month is kind of peculiar because I've been running back and forth to freaking your hometown and
Yes.
driving around that area for doctors
Yeah.
and physical therapy.
Yeah.
But being able to be a cisgendered woman that has a period every month, all the time, each
Yeah.
time, and bleeds excessively,
Okay. You
bleeding
got a
at
heavy
home,
flow. You got a heavy flow.
heavy flow. Like
Okay.
the second and third day is like, ooh, but the fourth and fifth and the first are like, yeah. So being dealing with that, it's been great
Yeah.
because, and I mentioned the video, but I don't have to worry about bleeding on seats, constantly checking my pants, the anxiety of having like, do people smell the blood? Like I am just bleeding, like have constantly having to change myself. Like I changed myself 8 times, like in
Oh.
one day, like
I was
the
gonna.
whole day.
I was gonna say now. Do you find yourself being now? If you don't mind me asking,
Please
is
ask.
that because now do you excessively change yourself because you think that people are gonna know?
No,
Like, or is
and
that just a normal amount do the flow, or is it a mixture of both?
it's a mixture of a few things.
Okay.
Bibi pointed that out too. She's like, "Well, did you change so much because like, because there have been times where like I could have sat on that a little longer and I just changed it because I don't like it." She's
Yeah.
like, "Did you just change it more because you don't like having your period, so you just change more times?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, that too, but
Yeah.
it's also because I felt like I was sitting in it for too long and I
Mhm.
was like, it was getting full and I was scared that if I sat in it, it was going to be like overflowing. So I just
Yeah.
decided to change again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, oh wait, did I count? I think I did. I think I did. Because for real, I'm about to see an OBGYN and I haven't seen one since 2016. So I was trying to count. I have a period log
Okay.
where I've been figuring out like, well, how many times did I change today? Like, did I change? I did the 1, the 2, and the 3. So today I changed 3 times,
Okay.
which it probably would have been twice, but like I changed 3 times.
I and then I just because I don't know if you are aware of these such products, these new products.
Yeah,
Um,
good.
the have you ever heard of the cups?
Yes, and I don't want to do them
Okay,
because,
that's okay.
well, I mean, no, but it's literally like I would rather it. I need a cup like this. Like if I'm gonna have a cup,
Yeah,
I need a cup like this to like hold it all because the Diva cups that they have are like this big. I'm like, what is this gonna hold? I drool more than this cup holds. Like I drool when I'm brushing my teeth. More drool comes out my mouth from a cup than my actual wumpa.
mm.
My
Well, I
wumpa.
was gonna say because also isn't it not only just supposed to like hold it, but also like because it's like blocking it because then you take it out and then it.
I don't know. I really just, even just doing that is gross to me. Like I don't
Okay,
want to touch
that's
it.
I was gonna say that's okay.
And I'm like, no, but I like talking about this. I'm not like gross. Like, why are we talking about
Yeah,
this? I'm like, no. I just feel like I don't even want to. Every time it comes, I'm like, ew, you're back. This is gross. And I see it and I'm like, ugh, you're back. And the amount of like clots and stuff that comes out, I'm like, I can't wait for you to go away. But I'm grateful that I don't have any headaches,
yeah,
barely any, like I don't cramp at all. Like
yeah.
I don't have any weird symptoms of change in my attitude. Like even now, the only thing that was because I was so tired. Excuse me, I was so exhausted. I know, I just went too. I'm like, I'm like, the cup gotta be huge, dude. Like huge. It's gotta be a big old cup because it's gotta be that Wendy's medium sized cup because the look, I just be out here bleeding. And even my neurologist, like when I talked to my neurologist, he was like, yeah, that's a problem. Like you need to go see about that. So
Yeah.
but it's because like so much blood, I'm losing so much blood, and then my iron was low. I was anemic. I'm still anemic. So even before the show, I took my iron pill. Like I take my iron pill like every other day, and I feel great now. I'm not tired. I'm not exhausted. I'm not like, oh god, this is draining me. So yeah, like we're getting on the up and up here. We're
Woo.
trying. But
All
yeah,
right.
quarantine. I highly like I feel bad. Not like I feel bad, like pity for you, but just being like I feel bad because you didn't get this full quarantine like life experience. It's been dope. I love it.
I know I'm fully aware that I would definitely love it, but not for me. I was gonna say she needs
Mm.
a double gulp.
Yes, yes. I would need a double gulp and just like have that just because that's what, honestly, that's what it felt like. It felt like the first 2 days, I felt like a goddamn like drink machine. Just press it and just go like it
She's a Slurpee.
just
She's just
pouring. I'm like, why is it like this? It feels like I was just liquid. Just I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm gonna tell my OBGYN, who is a lady. This is my first lady OBGYN. So I'm gonna be able to talk to her and, express what's been going on with me. And we can get some questions answered and see what's going on all around down there, this and that, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy.
beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna enjoy the new job and just
Mm.
relax. This week is a little rough with the training schedule because they have me going in at 8 to 4.
8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay. Hmm.
that's what's going on this week. So and then next week I will be I think 11 to 7.
Okay.
11 to 7 most of the days, and then Fridays and Saturdays I'll be 8 to 4. So which will be nice to have like weekends be
Wait,
on the
but you're working on Saturday though. You're working on Fridays and Saturdays.
yeah, Fridays and Saturdays off, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So off Saturday, or off Sunday and Monday. But so that's not bad. So instead of taking the other full time employee Friday and has off Friday
That's
and Saturday.
that was
So
me.
yeah,
That was
I
my
was gonna
schedule.
yeah no. So that's good. I have no problem. I like this Saturday Sunday. Um, or I mean, I like the Sunday, Monday, and the reason why is because I feel like if people are going to take off, they're going to be taking off like Friday, and that way it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as opposed to it being Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Because I just like working. I like having off a day that nobody else really has off, like a weekday. That way you can do like stuff, and there's not a million people around. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No. It does. That's the life I lived back in back in 2019. No, 2020.
Yeah.
The beginning of 2020 when I went full time. That was my schedule, but it was only my schedule because I had my multiple sclerosis
Hmm.
infusion on a Monday. So she's like, "Well,
Yeah.
why don't you just have Sunday, Mondays off and then just work Tuesday through Saturday?" And I was like,
Yeah.
all right. But now that I'm kind of like I kind of don't want to do that now because I wasn't really spending that much time with Bibi
Yeah.
and getting stuff done. Like everybody was kind of like the opportunities were on the weekends, and then Sunday, Monday, I got to do stuff. Like I definitely got to
Yeah.
be home, but it was kind of like I don't know. I don't. I gotta feel like I gotta figure out how that's gonna work when I go back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, the way that I always think about it is like the Sunday would be for like that would be like Cupid or baby time, right? So that would be
Yeah.
their day, and then Monday would be whatever appointment you had, if you had an appointment that day, and if not, then that's just your day in general. That's yours. Like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
well, that's what it was before. But
yeah,
then I did ask her about this like probably months ago, just being like, if things were to go back like that, if you don't, I asked her like, if you don't want that, like, if you want me to be, because like it was cutting into family time. It was cutting into like us not being able to, or me not being able to do stuff because I'm like, well, you
yeah,
can go with your family to do stuff, but I just can't go.
yeah,
It would have to be like I might have to work back, the Monday to Friday schedule again and do Saturday, Sunday, but we'll see. She said that she got used to it, but again, it
yeah,
always could be something to discuss again. Um, but yeah, it was just interesting to work those hours because I just never did that before.
yeah.
So it's nice
Yeah.
to hear you do it too, because I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
someone's doing
no,
that.
I was gonna, and also like I've worked retail a lot, so when you work
Mm,
retail, weekends are not like, yeah, you work weekends, whatever, or like
yeah.
I was like, shoot, I never, yeah, no, you just, yeah, you deal with it. All right, unfortunately, I have work in the morning, so
Yes. And
I'm going.
what does your shirt say? Because I keep seeing your shirt, but what does
Oh,
it say?
I don't know.
All for
Off
love.
of and love for all. There we go. All for love and love for
Oh,
all.
I love that. That's how we should end. Oh,
Ah, konnichiwa.
oh, Yasumi
Ayasumi
Oklahoma.
Nasai, Oklahoma.
Hey,
Thank you so much,
hey,
Rick
hey.
and Rodney.
Thank you. It was fun.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Thank you.
Right?
Look, now I gotta show it off. I was gonna say,
Please. Thank you,
I'm not,
Joe.
I'm not wearing pants.
I am. So I'm
Oh,
not wearing a
well,
bra.
you're a loser.
I'm wearing pants, but no bra. But I have a
Oh,
t-shirt on.
it's fine. I'm not wearing a bra either.
Hey, hey. Bum, 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 bum.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Ooh.
Ah.